What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 13th of June, 2021. What a week, right? Has everybody been keeping up with the news? It certainly looks like there's something else about to come our way. We'll get into it. As always, the first link below would take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all the links. Chinese researchers say new batch of coronavirus found in bats. This came out one day ago. This is how it all started, people. Round two. I don't know. China returns to its strict COVID restrictions to fight new outbreak. This came out 3 days ago from MSN. Boris Johnson plans to delay June 24th lockdown lift until July 19 after Delta variant triples in a week. The Delta variant triples in a week. Up in Michigan, back home in the United States, confirms first human case of hantavirus. It's not the hantavirus, Agent Mulder. Put that on top of everything else. President Biden, folks, the Delta variant, highly infectious COVID-19. Go get your shots. They're pushing the vaccine. You know they are. As the CDC plans emergency meeting on rare heart inflammation following. If it's rare, then why is it an emergency? Not so rare, I bet. Self-spreading virus. Here's an article I came across this week. Just give you something to think about. Vaccines, self-spreading vaccines would deliver all of humanity into hands of transhumans. Just something to think about. Two passengers. What about this vaccine? Two passengers test positive for COVID on a fully vaccinated cruise. How can that be? Put a link to that. Fauci emails how top public officials spun tangled web of lies. Oh, God, don't. Come on. I know that's a conspiracy theory. Past infection, best immunity. Why is the mainstream media not telling you this? You got to wonder, because of the billions being made for the drug companies? Who pays the bulk of the advertising dollar to the mainstream media? Biden heads to Europe as difficult moment for domestic agenda and other news, and I got one more at the bottom. GA poll worker confesses under oath 10 to 20,000 Biden absentee ballots were counted were fake. And once again, who's going to do anything about it? FBI? Anybody have the balls? You know? Oh, you're too busy focused on the domestic terrors from January 6th. Well, history will be the judge of all of you. Over to financial news. How major U.S. stock indexes fared on Friday. Didn't get my 35,000 this week. Looks like on the Dow Jones rose 1336 on Friday. For the week, the Dow was down 276. Still above 479 was the close. Put a link to the recap data. Yellen admits inflation is about to surge, says it will be a plus for society. I guess if the government keeps giving us free money, it wouldn't matter. Consumer prices indeed jumped 5% in May, fastest pace since the summer of 2008. Here we are, 2008 all over. You know what I would like to see? All of the YouTubers from back then suddenly come back and start making videos. Can we make that happen? That'd be a miracle. CNBC, another one. High interest rates would be a good for the country. Treasury Secretary. Yes, push the interest rates up. Why not? Maybe we can all go live in, maybe we'll win the vaccine lottery. COVID vaccine lottery. 3 LA County residents, 2 from OC, win $50,000. Put a link to that, I guess. Maybe you go get your shot. You got a chance. But maybe we'll end up in camps. This is a town in Idaho considering tent city for workers amid crushing inequality and scarce affordable housing. Put a link to that. It's going to be the story all over America. You just wait until the evictions start. Oh, yeah. Commerce Secretary. Cyber attacks are here to stay. Be advised they will intensify. That from Breitbart. However, the majority of the 4.4 million cryptocurrency ransom payment to Colonial Pipeline hack has been recovered by the FBI. That was big news this week. Well, okay, that's a good thing, but what does it say that the FBI can get into your cryptocurrency and you know, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of what you were trying to accomplish? I don't know. Keystone XL pipeline nixed after Biden stands firm. Of course, we're going to give our money to Iran. See last week's report. Over 20 states now suing the Biden administration over the closure of the Keystone Pipeline. Good luck with that. It's the New World Order. You're not going to win. Biden, he's too busy. A Biden budget proposal replaces mother with birthing person. We're too busy with this kind of garbage. And I got one more. Half of all unemployment money was stolen by criminals during pandemic. Experts say half of all the money's where's mom money. Over to New World Order and police state news. This is where I stop and ask you to share this video. There's important things coming up. Important things people need to know about happen this week, people. Maryland hospitals to start requiring employees to get vaccinated. Of course, this is going on all over the country. I think it's down in Texas somewhere. A bunch of nurses had their last day on the job because they don't want to get vaxxed. No jab, no phone. Unvaccinated have SIM cards blocked in Pakistan. Well, that's in Pakistan, right? Well, Tony Blair calls for only vaccinated people to get more freedom. Tony Blair says only vaccinated people should get the freedom. Do you see what's happened here? Check this out. You might say, well, that's over here. Well, this is back here in the United States. Look at this. Where's this out of? This is out of New Hampshire. Exeter, New Hampshire. Unvaccinated students numbered with Sharpie and tracked at high school prom. Numbered with Sharpie. Does this remind you? There it is right there, people. There it is. There it is. Put a link to it. I'd love your thoughts. YouTube banned Senator Ron Johnson after discussing early treatment. How dare you discuss anything outside of the... In fact, it says right here, YouTube's position as the context of the site is to parrot whatever comes from the narrow set of authorities, even though their positions change. Yeah, you can't... Careful what you say. In fact, Naomi Wolf found out the hard way. I reported this last week. Here's the article to it. Twitter suspends progressive feminist author Naomi Wolf after slew of tweets opposing COVID-19. Indeed, if you go to her, there's her account. It's gone. This is the tweet that got her suspended. I'm not going to read it out loud because I'll be suspended. I'll put a link to it, though, if you want to read it over. She's just trying to raise awareness, in my opinion. I don't know why you should be suspended. Well, of course I do, but, you know, New World Order and all that. Florida cop attacked. We got other news in the police state, Ben, sort of some reverse police state news. Florida cop attacked crowd in Jacksonville. This cop was called to investigate a car break-in or something. He got there, and I guess it's only a video report. Put a link to that. And we got one down in Kansas City. BLM dumps pig and coffin at KCPD headquarters. Local news is silent. What doesn't fit the agenda? A couple more on the immigration side of things. Kamala Harris tells Guatemalans not to migrate to the United States. I was kind of shocked by that. Anyone else say, Meanwhile, check it out. The Guatemalan president tells Kamala Harris, put your damn mask on and shut up. Over to World War III news. We got some stuff going on. Iran sends warships to Atlantic amid Venezuela concerns. Coincidentally, we are coming up on the Operation Blackjack date of June 21, June 22nd again. I'm looking for signs of that. Believe me, ex-Mossad chief signals Israel attacked Iran nuclear assets. That from the AP. We got Russia preparing to supply Iran with advanced satellite system that will boost Tehran's ability to surveil military targets, officials say from the Post. Putin, on a side note, Putin defends U.S. Capitol rioters. They came with political... It's kind of weird coming from Putin, but right on. China's new anti-foreign sanctions law sends a chill through the business community. That June 11 from NPR. World War III mapped the 6 places where World War III could break out in 2021. If you need some World War III doom, there you go. The day the internet broke, was there an internet outage this week? I didn't even know about it. Was it World War III related? Anything to do? I don't know. I'll put a link to the story. Didn't affect me. Kim Jong-un says K-pop is a vicious cancer that merits work camp and execution. That's what's going on in North Korea this week. Biden to U.S. troops. The United States president is the joke of the world this week. He's not doing too good at the G7. Biden to U.S. troops. This is not a joke. The greatest threat facing America is global warming. He tells this to our military overseas. First Lady tells Biden to pay attention during her speech in the UK. Did she say that? Yes, she did. Let me play the little clip for you. Check it out.
Joe, pay attention.
Why is this in the World War III news? Because we must be the laughingstock of the entire world. And I got one more at the bottom. Here we go. Labour Party member comments, at least Trump was attentive. Says Biden can't keep up with the G7 events or follow note cards per White House official. Joe, pay attention. This is the state of our union in 2021. Over to earth changes in 2012 news now. I got the earthquake monitor set up for 6 points and above for the past week. Looks like we had a 6.0 on the 6th of June. That's all we had. Let me drop it down to 5s. Got a bunch of 5s going on around the world. I'll put a link to the recap data if anybody wants to see the latest earthquakes. The big story this week, record-breaking heat hits Minneapolis. It's crushing doom heat. Ranchers forced to sell 4,200 head of cattle up in North Dakota as drought worsens. Out west, we're looking at facing dry year. CA State Water Board draining California's reservoirs. The water is drying up. Lake Orville's water woes could turn into power problem. This is out of CBS Sacramento. And the Hoover Dam water falls to its lowest ever in California's mega drought. Puts more than 2 million people on emergency risk. So it's going to be a hot summer, people, and the water's drying up, and it's going to be doom. God exists. Swarm of cicadas attack Biden. Speaking of doom, we told you about the cicada doom months ago. Well, apparently they attacked Biden, and they forced a delay of the White House press pool. Put a link to that. G7 disruption as fog prevents plane from landing. Shout out to fog. I love it. Florida woman is convinced she saw a baby dinosaur running through her yard. I don't know about that, but I got this story here. Tiny animal revealed 24,000 revived after 24,000 years entombed in Siberian permafrost. I always love that word, permafrost. It just sounds cold. Put a link to that. Cool stuff. Let me get rid of this box here. Unseaworthy Noah's Ark replica has been detained. We can't build anything worth a damn these days. And New York Times publishes then deletes story alleging fields of watermelons have been found on Mars. That's racist. I never understood that. I never understood why only black people like watermelon and fried chicken. I mean, I don't like watermelon myself, but I will destroy a fried... In fact, I challenge any black person to an eating contest of a fried chicken. I will destroy a fried chicken. Does that make me racist because I like fried chicken? I don't know. Anyway, over to strange and bizarre news. NYC shrink tells Yale audience she fantasizes about shooting white people. I swear I didn't read the headline to this story before my last comment. I'm just looking at the screen now. Put a link to that. A man shot mother-in-law multiple times after mistaking her for an intruder. Well, who hasn't wanted to do that? Put a link to that. Amazon driver attacked 67-year-old woman during delivery dispute. I'm sick of you people always... Yeah. Amazon driver strikes back. Finally flipped. A farmer who used his digger to overturn car on his land had been driven mad by antisocial thugs, starting fires and pushing walls over as police launched. I don't know anything about that, but apparently he took a backhoe and tipped over someone's car. Right on. I feel threatened. Sunny Houston says she's scared by Trump flags and American flags when it's not the... Oh, your poor feelings. Or maybe you want to get one of those new AI smart potties that monitor your bowel movement for health gastro issues if you're always upset. Put a link to that. Did Donald Trump wear his pants backwards? Did everybody see this? This went on, I think this was last week, but it didn't make last week's report. Crisscross memes have already begun. I don't know what's going on there. Put a link to that. Hunter Biden is in the news this week. Addressed his lawyer multiple times as my nigga. Multiple times used phrases like true dat and I don't know. It's not a racial thing. I mean, I grew up in South St. Louis. Me and my white friends used to call each other that. It wasn't a race thing. It was like, what's up, my homie? That's all it means. I don't know what the big deal is. Put a link to that. Record high, 70% in U.S. support same-sex marriage. Put a link to that. 1 month isn't enough. Up in Canada, Canada declares Pride season lasting all summer long. We're super gay and we're happy. Nickelodeon releases video. Creepy drag queen pushing the Black Power fist trans flag on kids. I don't know anything about that, but Kid Rock ain't having it. Kid Rock rages, calling people this and that, recording him, he's not having it. That's all the news I got for this week. For all the news, please check my favorite videos. The Ring of Fire solar eclipse has happened. BBC has a clip on that. Gordon Brown. You want to go to my favorites and watch this video of Gordon Brown on G7 Summit. We decide who lives and who dies. You see, this is why race doesn't matter. Because the New World Order is in charge of all of us. He tells you in that video, we decide who lives and dies. Our little petty differences about skin color don't matter. We should all unite and fight the New World Order, in my opinion. Just my little rant on that. Joe Biden gets lost at the G7 Summit. Thank you to everybody who continues to post content. You guys are doing awesome work keeping everybody... Oh, you want to check out this one here, too. The live face tracking. Check that out. I got a few shout-outs this week. Shout out to this teacher who had the balls to stand up. I am a teacher, but I serve God first. Virginia teacher refuses to comply with proposed pronoun policy. You know, the he, she, it. They're trying to change all this stuff in school. He stood up and said, I ain't having it. COVID conspiracist pharmacist jailed for 3 years after destroying 500 vaccines. Why is he in the shout-outs? Because that's where I want him to be. And this is my report. Deal with it. Trump one banner. Another shout out to another banner this week. People are just speaking out all over the place. And shout out to the Trump one, the people of Mexico and Guatemala. Kamala Harris humiliated during her first trip abroad in Guatemala and Mexico as she was greeted by Go Home Trump won. I love it. Shout out to you guys. You guys are beautiful. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you'd like to report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see again, please rate, though. It helps it move around. I do appreciate it. You can also follow me on BitChute, Gab, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Make sure you follow me on BitChute because you never know. You can support me on Patreon or directly with PayPal. This channel is 100% demonetized by YouTube. I count on you guys to keep my channel going, and I appreciate any support. That's all I got. Please tell me your thoughts on the week. You know, it's coming. I saw an article. I don't have it in the report, but just before I started shooting the report, there was an article on GLP about how California's putting together a COVID vaccination verification system. So I'll probably have that link for next week. I'll look more info on that. Of course, that's coming. You know, they're putting numbers on the hands of kids at proms in New Hampshire and tracking them. My kid's not vaccinated. His number is 205. We're gonna follow him around the gym all night. People. Did this not happen to the Jews before they were marched into the ovens? You go back and watch all of my videos over the past 10 years. Here it is. It's right here. Tell me I'm crazy. You guys take care, stay safe, have a good week. Be ready for anything. I love you all very much. I will see you on the next one.